What's up? You're in the Beat Sessions, and I'm your host, Mitchell Weary, and we're talking about Still Corners, who put out their brand new record, The Last Exit, on January 22nd. This is the final installment of what the band calls their Road Trilogy, which also includes 2013's Strange Pleasures and 2018's Slow Air. If you're not familiar with Still Corners, it's the brainchild of Greg Hughes and Tessa Murray, who met at a train station in London back in 2008. It was a chance encounter. They struck up a conversation, and they have been making music ever since. The Last Exit is their fifth record, and it sees the duo really fine-tune what a lot of critics have dubbed their desert noir style. Tessa Murray herself is from England, but Greg Hughes actually grew up in the Southwest in Texas, spent a lot of time in Arizona, represent, and their music definitely reflects an inspiration and a veneration for the hypnotic and ethereal feel of the Sonoran Desert, the Southwest here. I mean, you hear this record, and I immediately think of an Arizona sunset. Just the beauty, the light airiness of it, but there's also that dark, foreboding element of the desert that's always lurking there in the shadows once the sun sets. And this album does a really amazing job of evoking that idea and that concept. Great album for a road trip. Now, I've also seen the Still Corners dubbed Dream Pop, which I'm not a fan of that term. I think it does a disservice to their music and to the other bands that people are ascribing that genre to. Get out of here with that nonsense. As far as this band, though, Still Corners, think of contemporary bands like the XX, Beach House, even more so like Lord Huron with that Americana style. There's definitely a Mazzy Star influence on this album. You can definitely hear the similarities between Tessa Murray's voice and Hope Sandoval's. The big influence here that I heard immediately anyway was Chris Isaak, and Greg Hughes would be the first to admit to you that Isaak was a big influence on him. That Americana-style rhythm guitar throughout the record definitely makes me think of guys like Roy Orbison and Tom Petty. But then there's that signature guitar tone that James Wilsey developed. You might remember it from the opening of songs like Wicked Games and pretty much a number of other tracks throughout Isaac's catalog. But that guitar tone is present on pretty much every song on this record, and I absolutely think it's incredibly fitting. It fits well, and it's really well done. I was a big fan of that upon listening to it. I will say, too, much like The Open Road, this album is at its best when these guys are picking up the pace, putting the gas pedal down a little bit on songs like It's Voodoo, White Sands, and Mystery Road. Definitely say that the upbeat tempo of those tracks are definitely the highlights of this record. The other thing I enjoyed about this record is the road element, obviously thematically. Makes me think of Jack Kerouac and On the Road. And, just that freedom that goes along with being able to drop everything and just go and just hit the open road. Allen Ginsberg even wrote that the thing he admired most about the Beat generation, Kerouac's generation, was their ability to just, completely leave society behind. But, it doesn't come without sacrifices. And one of those big sacrifices is knowing that you're on your own, that you really just have yourself to rely on there. It's definitely a whirlwind of emotions when you're out there on the open road in the desert especially, or if you hit up like Big Sky in Montana and you're just looking out into the vastness, and it's beautiful, but it also makes you feel small. And, that dichotomy of emotions is just put together so well in this record, and I absolutely love it. And so for that reason, I'm going to give it a vinyl please. Looking forward to popping it into my collection. You might have noticed that I have some new digs as well. It's been about a week since I've seen you all, so thanks for tuning back in and checking out this review. We're getting ready to start the live show here in about a week and a half, so I'll keep you posted on progress on the studio. Still got a few things to put up and to get settled in. But in the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time on the Beat Sessions.